Hello, once again. This is your brother from the Chocotable Media, bringing to you some of the issue that chokes, and that is why it is Chocotable. Let's bring up another issue and let's discuss it within ourselves. Like we always said, okay, let's open it up. We open it up. We don't need to bottle it up. Let's open it up and let us discuss together. Listen, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Are you one of the daddies and the mommies and the brothers and uncles that always run into the bathroom, they run into their cars, they run to the backyard when their phone rings? Are you one of those people that won't be able to pick up their calls when the phone rings around their family members and friends? Listen, what is it that you're hiding from your spouse? What is it that you're hiding from your family members? I believe if it is good, if it were to be good, you won't be running around like that. And listen, are you still doing that thing that you're doing? Booking tickets to get out of town? You book tickets to get out of town, you run to another country to meet your what do they call it? They call it side chick or sugar boy. Are you still doing that? You spend your money on this one to run around to keep somebody somewhere? Are you still doing this thing they say they do? The two sums, the three sums, and stuff like this? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Listen, by the time you are running into your truck, you're running into your car, you're hiding somewhere. Unfortunately for you and your family member or your children or your child just come around and if drop and listen to what you do or what you say on the phone. And I know what you say on the phone. Part of the thing that you say on the phone is, that man is not around. That guy is not around. That stupid, unfortunate guy is not around. These are the adjective that you use to qualify your spouse. You call them different names at their back, just to impress your side chicks and your lover boy and what have you. Do you know you are damaging a lot of things in your family? The way you are doing, do you know you're damaging a lot of things? Causing your wife at his back, causing your husband at his back. Do you still wait? Do you still go to that nightclub? The nightclub whereby you meet different type of people? Do you still go to that beaches? You go to the beaches where people are naked and they walk around like that? Do you still catch fun with all these things? Listen, your children are watching you. Your children are watching you. It's actually not okay if you're in a relationship and you haven't finished up with one relationship and you jump into another. You jump into another person's bed. Why do you need to do this? Jump into another person's bed like that. You still have a relationship that is going on. Finish with one before you get into another. If you actually want to do this, get away from that unfortunate guy that you said. Get away from that unfortunate woman that you talk about, and go and form a new relationship and just take your children away from all this nonsense that you do. It's just not really worth it for you to, keep jumping around like that for the sake of your children. Because what you do right now, your children are learning. They are seeing what you do. They learn, they see, and they sink in. The children will not talk. And at the end of the day, what to say about their father at their back and what to say about their mother at their back will eventually come back to haunt you. Haunt you through the children because they sink it in already. And they will hate you for that. And they will hate your wife, they hate yourself, they will hate you as a father for doing that when they grow up. That is number one consequence. Another consequence of this thing is, see, when these children that you are raising in this toxic situation, when they grow up, they also will have to imbibe and follow the same example that you are showing them now, the one that you are putting down. It's not worth it. What about trust in a relationship? You are damaging the trust between your spouse and damaging the trust between your children, your family generally. So if they form a family too, when they grow up, they form a family. At the end of the day, they won't be able to trust. They won't be able to trust anybody. They won't be able to have a solid relationship. They will have, or they might have been damaged physically, spiritually, and, not, and naturally. So it doesn't really worth it when you do this because of the faith in the future. I think you need to desist. You need to desist. If you are not bold enough to pick a call in front of your wife, you are not bold enough to communicate, to answer calls in front of your wife or your husband. What type of things, what type of relationship are you guys having? I know you need to check it. You coming out, you're coming. The only place where you're comfortable to pick a call is at your work, at your workplace, or when you're in your car, or when you're walking down. Basically when you get out of the house, and when you're coming into the house, there won't be any pim. Listen, people are watching you. Your children are watching you. Your wife are watching you. We are also observing. But what we are trying to do is to bring up, some discussion, opinion, and ideas that will change the society. That's what we're trying to do here. But if you are still in this type of mess, just let me let you know, infidelity in a relationship doesn't pay. This is basically what they call infidelity. Desist from infidelity. We call it zina. Stop doing these things. It's zina. You're losing a lot of blessings from yourself. You're losing a lot of things, some lot of mercies that's supposed to come down to you from your God, from your Creator. But when you start to do this, you will lose, and at the end of the end of the day, the lady that you follow around or the guy that you follow around will also lose. Think about the earth hazard that is in all these things that you do. Think about it, both of you. What you will damage is even more greater than what you're trying to do now. Infidelity doesn't pay. Infidelity doesn't pay. If you need to divorce that man, get away, divorce the man. If you need to divorce that woman, divorce and have a clear conscience, a clear way. Take a right path. This is one of the news that chokes. And remember, good word is a form of charity. Cultivate that habit. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.